Hello, this is John Maynard with JohnMaynardTraining.com and ObnoxiousSights.com. I've been working with military, police, and just normal everyday individuals on combatives for over 30 years. I've trained with former special forces of Israeli combatives and Israeli draw, cock, and shoot, and I've also been shooting with my father since the early 60s. My father, Sergeant Maynard, was in World War II, was a military policeman, and was on the Army pistol team. And I owe the things that I know how to do through him because of his combative experience and using sights, understanding sights, but using your God-given instinct. What the sight does is it puts everything on the front of the gun. Every pistol training system in the world preaches the front of the gun. What this does is it truly puts everything on the front of the gun. The three-sight system is on the very front of your gun. Your front and your rear sight are on the front of the gun. So when you see it, it looks like this. Everything is on the front of the gun. If you choose to use your rear sights, you can. That's entirely up to you. But combatively speaking, winning in a life-threatening situation, it's going to be the front of the gun. No one talks about the rear of the gun. The great thing about this sight is the way they're set up. If you use any one of the posts at 20 foot and or closer on center mass, the biggest miss is 4 inches. So it would be 4 inches one way, 4 inches the other, 4 inches this. The great thing about the sight is it allows you to look through the sight. You can actually look through the sight. It is not blocking your sight picture, sight alignment. So it engages your brain to have better shots, making it safer, having better shots, less rounds fired. And that's what we have to have. Better shots, consistency, and better rounds shooting into the target, whatever that may be. So once you've gone to your grip and you're deploying, when I start punching out, I'm looking at my target. I don't see any of my front sight at all. I know I'm low. This is usually what happens. The great thing about this is I'm catching sight, catching sight, catching sight. Now I'm too high, which blocks my target, okay? I cannot see my target. So when I drop it down and you'll see it get level, I can look right through these sights. And right now I can see rear sights and front sights, but I don't even care about the rear sight. I can do what I need to do with that front sight. From here, if it's too low, catching none of my sight. Too high, it blocks my target. I catch a little front sight, but I don't see any of my target. Dropping it down. So again, we don't want to crash the plane, the nose of the gun. We don't want the nose too high. We just want a level plane landing. These are called the runway sights for a reason. We're landing the plane. If you watch, it's planing out, and we're there. Coming out again. Canting means turning the gun, okay? This is a natural position for your hand, and all I'm doing is I'm allowing my thumbs to drive forward in this position, and now this is all the way out, or shooting from my carbine stance. From this position, even if my arms are here and my elbows in, I'm still catching that front sight. Canting the opposite direction. All I'm doing is I'm canting the opposite direction, and again, I'm looking through my sights. I'm allowing my eyes, my brain to work together. So from here, I'm not picking an eye. My brain's picking an eye. So I'm canting one way or the other. Well, why would I ever turn the gun this way? Going through something, through a door, single-handed in this position. So you need to be able to cant that gun and keep it in front of you. It stays closer to you here than it does here. Coming up from this position, even combatively, if you look at this, I can see my sights right now from this position. It's just your brain catches these three sights, three posts so easily. And it's even better here. And I can turn it and roll it from this position. Canting outside my body, canting inside my body, straight ahead, rolling in and punching straight out. Bringing it back, body motion, and going back to the holster. Coming up, keeping the gun close to me in my workspace. I right now can see my front sights. For me to get shots on target, all I have to do is take a bow. I punch out like I'm going to land the plane. I'm not going to dip like I'm fishing or up like I'm bowling. As it comes up, I just land and let my body take over, looking through the sights. This is John Maynard with ObnoxiousSites.com and JohnMaynardTraining.com. Be safe.